What's up, guys? It's KB. Make sure you subscribe to the Underground Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel. Click the bell icon down below so you don't miss a single video from us. And thanks for tuning in to another video from Underground Sports Philadelphia. Now let's get into it.
Philadelphia, baby, you're gonna love it. Best sports fans in the world. Actually, the worst, but that's what makes them the best.
Yeah, maybe it's not on the desktop, but it has to be after a certain amount of time, I think. I think it's only after like 5 minutes.
Oh, on Threads?
Yeah, if you post and then if you do the 3 little dots, I saw it earlier today, and it said I had like 3.5 minutes left, so to edit.
Interesting.
Which that's nice because, you know, that other website you have to pay for it.
The other one that keeps changing their name.
Mm-hmm. And their algorithm. The
Sons
amount of
bitches.
bots that I get random mentions from is so annoying.
Oh,
It's been so much worse than normal. It's annoying. Do you have your meme?
Podcasters 101, everybody. Yes, my meme is what I'm sharing with you. I'll explain it. Yeah.
Okay. Hello everyone. Welcome. It's been a while. Hold on. I was not prepared to say what number we are on. So 1 second.
33.
No, 32.
Damn it.
It would have been 33 if we recorded last week, but
Yeah.
yes. If we have some new listeners, which I might think we have some new ones
really
when we post
curious
this.
to see.
So am I. We'll do
very
some introductions. My name is Casey. That is my brother Owen. I've just started this podcast back in February, March.
Right before preseason testing.
Yeah, right before preseason testing. Because we love F1, so we figured why not talk about it. But yes. Just chat. We are still learning.
Yes.
We're still learning, so I do apologize. But yes, we can get a little weird, crazy.
We bring in
hold
other
on.
beginner. What is happening?
I've left. I'm opening my window a little bit.
That's probably smart. I have my window open next to me, so if you hear any ambulances, that's why. I live right next to an ambulance dispatch.
But I'll shut it as soon as we turn it off because it was freezing in here this morning. So I fell asleep with it open. What were you gonna say? What were you saying as I got up to leave?
We are a beginner F1 podcast, so we hope that some of our listeners are also beginners and they're learning along with us. We want to take everybody on a journey of knowledge.
So yeah, if you hear things that we have no clue what we're talking about, don't be alarmed because sometimes we have no clue what we're talking about. But
which is most of the time. The imposter syndrome is real when I'm really trying to give an in-depth analysis of things that happen during a race, and the whole time that's going through my head is just I don't know if I sound like Will Buxton or not. That's
we might get to our point quicker compared to Will Buxton, but
yes, I certainly don't take as many pauses in my words as he does.
No, I love when people make fun of him because how he says literally the simplest thing, crossing the finish line. He's and Max Verstappen drove 12 minutes later, and he crossed the checkered flag. Yeah, we get it, Will Buxton.
We know.
Yeah, I think he also knows, so I feel like he makes it worse now because he knows people are making fun of him.
If it gets people talking about him, absolutely.
Yeah. It's the worst during Drive to Survive is when it really gets accentuated.
Drive to Survive
Accentuated?
is bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
that was
the right word.
Okay. That didn't sound right. But yes, so you're on this journey with us. So as always, we'll always say at the end, we'll say at the end again, if you have anything you want to hear, questions, comments, concerns, please send them our way.
There are no
you're
stupid
all up
questions
for
here.
Yeah. We're always up for learning. But yeah, so we are going to do our normal meme of the week, weekly news. And then we're going to do some predictions for the USGP. It's back. USA. USA.
COTA.
And shocker, we're Americans, so
Yes.
It's the one American race that I feel like the Europeans don't hate.
They don't, yeah. I mean, because I feel like they don't hate it because it's not. it's not like I'm speaking directly at Miami and Vegas here. They're not American tracks that have kind of hopped on this trend of like, hey,
it's literally not for the media. It's for the race.
it's always been a race. It's as long as I can, as much knowledge as I have, just like we went over, it's always been a race. So it's a long-standing one. Whereas Miami and Vegas right now are like, especially Vegas. I'll even remove Miami from it. Vegas is definitely hopping on that. Like, guys, like somebody went into a boardroom and was like, F1's big. We got to hop on. Like, we have to hop on. It was
F1. It's F1 Liberty Media that's in charge of that one. That's why there's so much.
There you go.
Wrong with it. That's why the track looks like a pig.
Well, then flip it. Then flip it. It can, somebody in Liberty Media ran into a boardroom and was like, hey, F1's getting big in America. We got to hop on this somehow. And they decided to make a rubbish track and a giant sphere that's going to stare at the drivers when they drive by. I
will get entertainment out of that because like I hope if like someone, this sounds crazy, but if like someone spins off right there, that one with the faces, the emoji looking one. I hope if someone spins off, it's like, ooh.
I saw.
So did you see two guys golfing?
Friends sent me a video the other day where the guy hits a bad drive off of it, and the thing like makes like a sad face. And I answered back and I said, honestly, if I got the chance to play that course and I hit a bad drive in that area, whatever hole that is, and that thing looked at me, my inner like Delco Philly like degenerateness would come out and just start threatening the thing. Like,
no, I saw the one, it was like in someone's hotel room. And it had like the perfect view, but it was like the face was slowly going over, like it was trying to peek into the hotel room. Like, obviously the person controlling it, whoever is programming those things, doesn't know what's at. Like, it's Vegas. There's so much around it, but.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I hope they use it to, like when they do the driver introductions, I hope they're on the sphere. Like, I want to see George Russell with his arms like this across.
There you go. Screen grab for the episode. Right here.
I want to see
Charlotte Leclerc's within 7 minutes.
Yeah, I want to see Charlotte Leclerc's boy band looking stare right on that sphere. Yeah.
I hope. I know it won't be because obviously it's a multi-million-dollar managed thing, but like I would love for like the disproportionate images to be like across it. So it's like Max Verstappen's face when he comes up in the intro. His face is just massively like spread across, a good half. Of the sphere.
Like the one time, the meme of the week that you saw, it was like the person took the pictures from like below and they looked like messed up.
Just like that. That's exactly what I want. Just like I just want a big Max Verstappen just staring somebody down, but his eyes are looking in like two totally different directions because he's just spread out across his entire sphere.
No, that'd be funny. We just got really off topic. We also tend to do that, so
that's fine.
Yeah. But before we go into our meme of the week, I did want to say I did put out last week that we weren't going to have an episode, and I put why. If you didn't know, our grandfather passed away, but I just want to say thank you to the people that did post and reach out. We had a lot of people over on Threads that responded to the post, so I just would like to say thank you before we move on. But moving on to funnier news.
For the kind words.
For the kind words. We're back, baby. Can't get rid of us that easily.
Not that easy.
We're back. Oops, Brittany, bitch. Okay, yes. So meme of the week. Let me take this down.
Am I going first?
Yeah, because as always, I have two.
Oh, you have two. Okay, all right.
Well, one's relevant for today. Another one I saw earlier in the week, and I literally cracked up laughing. So, okay, you go first. Why do you have our thread?
So this is the meme because this to me, this is I'm gonna say it. I'm putting this right now, flat line down right now. This is a good funny. This is a very good funny, but the actual of what the fuck is this? I mean. This is my meme of the week. This is the meme of the week. The fact that
because it's not working right.
The fact that we have what do you mean it's not working right?
Because on your phone it says we have 412. On the TV,
no, that's even better. That's even better. That's 412. do a little post editing and just make that a thing. But no, this is so wild to me that we have 410 followers or 412 followers on Threads, and it's an amazing feeling. I mean, I don't know how many times over this past week, you've told me like, oh, hey, we're up to 300. Oh, hey, we're up to 350. Oh, hey, 375, 380, 390. And then it's gotten up to 410. It's insane. And it like makes me laugh. And it's mind-blowing. Funny because it's mind-blowing. And it reminds me, it like gives me like a tiny bit of that feeling of like, you see big YouTube people, big social media people that are like, I'm celebrating 1 million followers. And it's like, we're like nowhere close to that. Don't get me wrong. But like 410 people now see our content, and that is fantastic. And all I could do was laugh. So that's why it's funny. That's why it's the meme of the week for me. It's just absolutely funny. It's a great funny. It, makes me, and I'm sure it makes, Casey so happy and everything. But
that is
our meme of the week. My meme of the week, actually.
I know we were obviously together a lot the past few weeks, but I would just be like, no. The next day, I'd be like, we're now at 300. You're like, wait, we got
20 more in the past 8 hours, and you're like, what the fuck?
Well, yeah, because when I just updated the number for the outro, we were at 246 2 weeks ago when we recorded on. Literally, we recorded 2 weeks ago on Monday, and now we're at 412. So
we've gained 200 followers, a little under 200 followers in 2 weeks. Wild.
And that's with one race that we really didn't tweet about that Sunday.
No.
That we didn't post about. I don't know. I'm not taking it for granted. It's very exciting.
And that is all your efforts too on Threads of just how much you post, all the news articles. I can't tell you how many times I've logged on the Twitter and I'm like browsing and I see a news article, and before I can go hit the retweet button, it's literally like, you've already retweeted it. I'm like, son of a bitch. Like, you just beat me to everything. But yeah, it is.
Well, if I see something on Twitter, I will normally, or X, I'll try and repost it right away. But yeah, no, I do like Threads. I was telling Kyle, I was like, when we hit 300, I was like, we've hit 300. He's like, you guys figured out Threads. I was like, I don't know how.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know how you do it, but I'll take it. Yes, I do like it.
Like we said, this is why we both of us kind of said, curious to see how this episode does in terms of listeners for people, just because of the Threads. But yeah, thank you for everyone who did follow. That was fantastic.
Thank you.
You've made me laugh a lot this week.
Does follow. Yeah, I want to turn off the post notifications because I'm getting blowing up.
I'm like sitting at work and I'm like barely focusing, and it's just vroom, 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 vroom. I'm like, oh geez, like I have to turn these off. Like,
yeah, love it. Okay, my meme of the week. My first one I saw earlier this week. Died laughing. It was on Twitter or Threads I saw. So it's a comment on TikTok.
Oh my god.
That said, I'm new to F1 and thought Ocon was a type of penalty for weeks. It was said so much, I just assumed it was an acronym or something.
That is so.
It's so good. It just explains this F1 season in a nutshell. Literally one comment.
Such a good summary in one sentence or two sentences of everything that has happened this year. That's fucking fantastic. Underscore Pandora underscore. Sorry, you've been confused for the past couple weeks, but
honestly, if I was in the same boat, I would also be confused. So I don't blame you. So
that is hilarious.
Yeah. Yes. So yeah, that was the one I really got a laugh out of. I screenshotted it so long ago, I had to like scroll back through and favorite it because I was like, I can't lose this. I know this is my meme of the week. But yes, okay. And my next one, so it is my fave. If you're a new listener, you will my number one driver, Charles Leclerc. It is his birthday today. So everyone under the sun, his friends, people tweeting happy birthday, posting happy birthday to him. So this is from his physio, Andrea. So there's a food store somewhere named Leclerc. So instead of posting like an unseen photo with Charles or like a photo we've all seen of the two of them, he posts the food store, tags Charles Leclerc, and says happy birthday.
Fantastic. That is like, You ever see those? You ever see the memes or like the jokes where it's like, this is how your friend will react to a certain situation, and this is how your best friend will react to a certain situation. This is like best friend energy. He's like, nah, I'm not posting a good photo of us, or like you said, an unseen like photo of us that nobody's ever seen before. Hey, look, I found a fucking food store with his name on it, and I'm gonna post that for his birthday. Here you go, bud. Like,
that's literally, I was like, okay, I have to do it. He literally just posted it like an hour ago too. That's why I was like, I need it.
That's good.
But yes, happy birthday to Charlotte Claire.
There is this. I'm just seeing it because it's on the threads right now. I'm on the threads right now.
I was like, I had another video to play, but I didn't know if I should play it or not. If that's
this guy David Tires art.
Put it back.
Yeah, he posted it about 3 hours ago. I'm actually, I'm going to share my screen again so I can.
I know it. I followed him the other day because he posted something that he was sharing. And yeah, the bottom one, and I followed him, but I want that picture.
This is cool. I want to click on it.
It's so cool and so different.
I want to hang this on a wall. This is fantastic. Like,
that's the one I reached because he was like donating the proceeds to charity. That one,
yeah.
But like, they're so cool looking.
Look, George Russell right there. That's fucking cool. The turbine.
That one of Hamilton.
This Sir Lewis Hamilton in Abu Dhabi. Yeah, these are fantastic. This is so cool. It's McLaren.
Is that McLaren? No, it's so cool because, like, if you're not an F1 fan, you're not gonna be like, "Oh, that's the McLaren car."
That's so cool. Here you go. Here's another McLaren one. That's got some blue in it. Cool. So that's last year's. Yeah.
I literally want the Ferrari one. And the Hamilton one's cool. Like, I could hang them up somewhere.
Yeah.
I would spend the money there. Yeah.
This shit's cool. Hey, you know what?
Yeah.
That shit's really cool. I'm going to follow him right there. There you go. Another follower for you, sir. 510. David Tires Arts. Yeah, that's cool.
No, this was my other one I was going to... Can you hear the sound?
No, I can't...
No, it was in my... So this is from last year. Someone edited a bunch of different songs over to Charlotte Claire during qualifying because the sun is setting. But this is to the Top Gun theme song, and it starts off perfectly as he comes over the... Right here. It's so good.
This is... I'm watching it now with the sound. This is good.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah. That was my other one I wanted to post about Charlotte Claire's birthday, but I decided not to. But then I decided to. But yes.
Where's that coming from again? Oh, there it is.
Memes
of blasting in my ear.
That's what it starts blasting in my ear too. But if you go back to the girl's original thread, she did Charlotte Claire liked that one last year, and then she did a bunch of different songs. I think there was a Coldplay one. There's a bunch. The whole thread has cool, but that's the best one, Top Gun, because also like you're in Texas. It's the flag, the way the sun's hitting. Yeah. Yes.
The sun hitting the car is very reminiscent of the shots in
the
like
movies.
So it's so it makes a lot of sense. It fits very, very well.
Yeah. Are we going to the Ferrari Gala tomorrow?
I don't know. We didn't get invited, so yeah, it's a little.
I got distracted. I wanted to post a clip of that one, and I kind of got distracted and never posted it. But they're in New York, man. I've seen clips of the exhibit. It's not just the gala's the last day, but there's been like this exhibit in Hudson Yard, and there's a bunch of old Ferrari cars, like sitting around that cool structure of the stairs. I think you can go up. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
There's a bunch of old Ferrari cars. There's like clips playing from like Le Mans, Charlotte Claire winning, Carlos winning, so it looks cool. But
that's cool. Yeah.
Should get some good picks tomorrow.
Should get some good ones. Yeah, it should be good.
Yeah. Moving on to there's weekly news. This is all really stuff this week. I don't really think anything. Well, the Hamilton stuff is from the last race, but we'll get into it. Can apparently revisit decisions now. But yes. Yeah. But first, I wanted to see, did you see the clips of the Edmonton Oilers home opener of them introducing each player, like coming out onto the ice?
No.
So if you listen to it, someone put, I've watched too much F1. They're going into the Max Verstappen song, the tune of it.
That's a great song, by the way. Wait,
they're literally coming into that song, like skating in. But you don't hear the words, but it's clearly the tune. Like you can't hide it. It's the tune.
Home opener intros. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to find this. Playoff intro, 1 year ago.
No, it literally was like two nights ago. Put 2023.
There's Vancouver Canucks.
No, I'm pretty sure it was Edmonton.
Here you go. Edmonton Oilers home opener 2023-2024.
Do you hear it?
No, I'm not at the part yet. I just hear club music just going off.
Let me see if I can find it.
Hold on, I might be people now. Oh my god, I hear it.
Whoever is choosing that music, thank you. Like, it's literally the song. It's not like that's any other, like, club music. That's literally the Max Verstappen.
That is 100% it. There's no way that's not it. That is hilarious.
Mm-hmm. And also, here's me hoping that the Rangers, Texas Rangers, they beat the Astros again today. Here's me hoping Texas Rangers go to the World Series and so do the Phillies, because then there's what the flip was that?
There's a ghost in my apartment.
Because the one pitcher's name is Leclerc, however he actually says it.
Oh, is it really?
But I saw a picture today. They were losing 5-1, I think, the Astros, so.
The Rangers beat the Astros last night.
And then I think they were beating them again today.
Are they playing again today? Or did
they were playing this afternoon.
Rangers, Astros.
I swear, because it said Rangers. It said Texas 1-0.
Yeah, so it's Rangers 5-2 in the bottom of the 6th with 0 outs right now.
Okay, so we're still playing. But yeah. Not wishing for Texas to win, but don't need either of those Texas teams.
No.
But yes, I wanted to start off with
the Rangers win though than fucking Houston.
Yeah. I wanted to start off with that Max Verstappen and Edmonton Oilers because I knew you would like that one.
That's good.
Here's also me wishing. So Ferrari came out with their football jerseys for COTA. Remember Miami? They had baseball jerseys.
Just saw that. Yep.
Here's hoping Vegas is hockey because Vegas just won the Stanley Cup. A girl can dream.
if there was a time to do it, it would be that moment, and that would absolutely.
Or they should have done it for Montreal, but like.
Or you're right. They should have done it for Montreal.
I don't do a basketball jersey. No basketball team in Vegas.
There's
not. No, I don't think so.
Oh, I don't know. To be honest with you. That's
we're gonna get canceled.
Please.
For not knowing but yes, if there's because the football jersey was only $116. If there's a hockey jersey,
bad.
I'm buying it. I am buying it.
If Ferrari drops a hockey jersey, that's an insta buy. That is an immediate purchase.
Now the pictures of the football jersey leaked a very long time ago, so everyone kind of knew. There's been nothing about what they're going to bring to Vegas, but it's Vegas. They did it for the 2 other U.S. races.
Yeah,
you got to continue with the sports.
Well, it makes sense, and you definitely make more of a case for something to be dropped now that you've done it twice at 2 different U.S.
And I also
TVs,
just
realized
they did baseball for Miami when the race is in a football stadium.
You're correct.
It's Ferrari messing up the strategy again.
Yeah. Even their fucking marketing team can't get their strategy right.
No, they can't. Pay attention to whenever they tweet. They always tag the wrong Charles Leclerc.
Do they really?
Yes, I do. And then quickly it's gone, and it comes back with the right Charles Leclerc.
What other Charles Leclerc is there?
I don't know. I think it has an extra underscore, but they always tweet the wrong Charles Leclerc. It's like a
Charles Leclerc. I see Charles. I see like the actual one. Maybe if I just search it and then do people, let's see if I can find it. I don't
know
more about this. I'm just.
But yes, pay attention. They always get the wrong Charles Leclerc. They also, during the last race with the timing graphics after a session, it was both Carlos Sainz. And they took about 2 hours to figure out that they had the wrong. They had 2 drivers, the same name.
Of course.
Their media department might be worse than the Flyers tweeting, because the Flyers always tweet and delete and then retweet again.
Yeah, I
Always.
don't have their tweet notifications on anymore, but I have noticed that when I did have them on, that it was always a situation of like, hey, we're going to push a tweet out, and then I would get the notification, and then 2 minutes later, I'd get the same notification.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, what is this? Like,
Yeah. But yes, moving on to the rest of the weekly news. It's official. Daniel Ricciardo is back again.
Yes,
he is back again. No more Liam Lawson, which I'm kind of sad about. I think he was streaming us the other day, Liam Lawson, and he said he would not have chosen Qatar to be his last race. He just wasn't happy, I don't think, with the way he finished, but I think he did a fine job.
I don't blame him for that being his no. Oh, I'm not happy with this being my last race. Regardless of his performance, I wouldn't want Qatar to be my last race with the
absolutely not
brutal conditions that were discussed and came about after the race.
But he also said he knows what he can to fight for his reserve driver spot. But we'll also get into it because I don't think Checo Perez is going to last much longer. But there's that. But we'll start off with the Red Bull news. Half of that is Red Bull news.
The Checo news is so
crazy.
I want to say exciting to talk about because it's like, holy shit. Like,
It just, every morning you wake up, there's a new headline regarding Checo Perez and his future with Red Bull.
it does not make sense.
Yes, but moving on. So Daniel Ricciardo, he's obviously back this week. We hope fully healed after breaking his wrist. I feel like that was so long ago.
It feels like very long ago.
Yeah. He also did a show run this past weekend in Nashville. I don't know if you saw clips of it, like down Broadway in Nashville.
Yeah, I did see a couple clips here and there.
So that prompted known Charles Leclerc lover, Jacques Villeneuve, Gil Villeneuve's son. We've talked about him before. He does not really like Charles Leclerc. He always has comments. But he made a comment about Daniel Ricciardo today. And the quote that's in the tweet, that is the best part of the article, says, I would ask kids who want to be drivers today, do you want to do it out of passion or because you want to be like Daniel Ricciardo, smiling in commercials?
I want to fucking smile in a commercial, I'll tell you that.
Daniel Ricciardo is not stupid. Charles Leclerc is not stupid for doing promotional and ads all the time. Daniel Ricciardo is not either. He knows he's a personality in the sport. He's going to... Literally, that's what Red Bull hired him back for. Yeah. To be their marketing person. Christian Horner literally said it.
And also, the dude's worked how hard for this? How hard to become an F1 driver? He's an international, superstar now for people everywhere who watch F1. Let him have some fucking fun. Let him have some fun and be like, yeah, you know what? If whether he planned to become the personality of F1 or he kind of just fell into that role, regardless, somebody had to do it. It's a great person to do it in Daniel Ricciardo,
Yeah. You think about when he first came in, sorry, go ahead.
He knows how to have fun. He knows how to make the sport exciting, and people recognize him all over now, and it's like he's one of the, we said it numerous times, for anybody just watching Drive to Survive or just kind of barely in and out of F1 news, Daniel Ricciardo is the face they're going to recognize,
when I first started Drive to Survive, Daniel Ricciardo was the first one. I was like, oh my God, he's so his personality is the reason you get hooked on the show. If you watch Drive to Survive season 1, he is the star. Yeah, he is a star until he leaves. The Drive to Survive Netflix producers last year literally took him out to dinner when it said he wasn't going to be racing because they knew they were going to be missing the integral part of the TV show.
Yeah,
he's not stupid. That's why Daniel Ricciardo can charge $200 for a T-shirt when he drops merch every time.
Absolutely.
You're not stupid, Daniel Ricciardo. Villeneuve is just bitter, I feel like. But yes. I thought that was interesting. But yeah, I'm excited to see
bitterness and like pettiness, you know.
Like, you just look at anyone, like even Sebastian Vettel. He's one of the biggest faces of the sport. He's not in it anymore, but like he's one of the biggest faces, and he had a personality.
Yeah.
Obviously, he wasn't signed on to, like, that's what I saw people recently saying, that Charles Leclerc's had too much promotional work and he's not focusing on the racing. And I'm like, okay, well, first of all, the season's over. I think he knows it. Like, their car's shit. It's been shit since the minute he stepped out of the car preseason testing. We knew it. It was all over his face. I've also seen that it was a topic of when the Estrella, the beer company, was going to be now officially moving to Aston Martin. That's Carlos Sainz's only other sponsor besides Ferrari, technically. So, of course, Charles Leclerc's going to be doing more sponsored ads. Also, the people, I think, want Charles Leclerc more than they want Carlos Sainz, no offense, because they know Charles Leclerc is good-looking and going to sell. But then also, people were like, Michael Schumacher was in so many ads when he was at the height of his career. Like, it's normal.
It's impossible to not be. Yeah. It's just, it's impossible to not be an international superstar of this major sport that is now growing so much throughout the world. And
they'd be stupid not to capitalize on it, but I've watched the David Beckham documentary. I highly recommend. It's very good. But I mean, there's literally a whole section on him and when he started getting all these ads and sponsors and had to do all this other stuff on top of making sure he was at the top of his athletic career. So, like, it's not just F1 drivers. I mean,
it's everybody.
Any professional athlete. Yeah. Yes. From one Red Bull driver that's probably going to be back in Red Bull next year to the real team. Let's start off with, I think it's like the team principal, well, obviously team principal Christian Horner and Helmut Marko are apparently in a political fight at Red Bull. Now, this was exciting to read. This, I literally could picture Drive to Survive cameras knocking at the garage door, like, let us in, let me in.
They're like following Helmut or Christian around to be like, where's he going to meet? Like,
what are you talking about him? Like, they're bugging the room so they can hear the comments. But it does make sense. I posted on threads about this, easier to read off of him.
It's trouble in paradise.
Yes, but apparently, trouble in paradise. Tensions are rising, and Christian. It's so much that Christian's looking for a way to get Marko out. Which, the article does continue to say that the relationship between the two changed after the matriarch of Red Bull. I'm totally going to butcher his last name. I don't even want to try out of respect. Once he, thank you.
Matishitz. Yeah.
After he passed away last year, that's when the relationship changed between the two. And then the comments that he made about Perez this past year also, which clearly... it's so much so it goes on to say that Christian Horner was so quick to say that Helmut Marko is not actually a Red Bull Racing employee. He's like another part of Red Bull, but works with the racing side. So that's what he was like, quickly be like, he's technically not ours, but like
he's a consultant, you know.
Yeah, consultant.
Like one of those things.
I mean, I don't blame Christian Horner. He's a PR nightmare, Helmut Marko. He is a PR nightmare. I mean, I've said it before. I've seen people post. It's like Helmut Marko wakes up every morning and has one of those like quotes of the day, and it's like, what headline of the day can he say? Because there's literally always something.
How can I make waves today?
Yeah, and he does. So it'll be interesting to see. I mean, I'm with Christian on this one. Helmut, I think his time is up. So, he's got to go.
He's just this picture of Helmut Marko, it's not good.
On the tweet?
Yeah. Just not.
No, he looks ancient in that picture.
Oof. Yeah. Bad picture of him. But regardless,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, he, like we said, he makes waves every single morning when he wakes up, and most of the time, at least in recent memory, they're not good waves. So I can completely see Christian's side of this of kind of just being like, hey, like it's time to go. Like,
yeah, I think you should retire. Hang in the towel.
Yeah. It's one of those like retire before we fire you type deals.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. Before it gets, I also understand Christian. He wants to separate ways before it gets worse.
Yeah, which I don't blame him.
I don't blame him either. Yeah, I'm on Christian Horner's side with this one, which I never thought I would say, but I am on Christian Horner's side with this one.
He's got a point. He's got a good point in this.
Yeah.
Setting.
Moving on to more about Helmut Marko, and something else that he's apparently said to Sergio Perez. This goes 1-1, but apparently he said to him that he needs to change a team, or he needs a team change. Nothing like saying you gotta go.
It's just
But yes, they've also apparently given Sergio Perez an ultimatum. If he loses P2 in the championship this year, he will be replaced by Ricciardo in 2024. So Liam Lawson, he might not be gone for that long.
It's so insane to me.
And let me bring up the points again, because it's totally possible. There's 5 races left. Sergio Perez has 224 points. Lewis has 194. That's
Lewis,
close.
Say that again. I'm sorry.
Perez has 224 points in second. Lewis in second has 194.
Oh my gosh. That is dangerous, especially with this upcoming weekend being a sprint again.
And then there's a sprint again.
And then and
Brazil, I think.
After. Oh boy, that is
So
that's dangerous.
Yeah. Liam Lawson, you might not be out of sport for as long as you think. But yeah, it will be interesting to see.
I've said it before on the show, and I've openly talked about it. I like Checo. I like the way that he races and everything, and I think he's a good teammate to Max, but he has obviously been struggling lately. There's no doubt around that, like, whatsoever. So, yeah, and I think Liam Lawson proved that he deserves to be up here. So,
and I think Christian Horner even said that he's proven he has it. He's ready to be full-time in F1, which he is. But yeah, I've also, this kind of goes in literally almost all the weekly news is about Perez and Red Bull. There are these rumors. Perez's team was very quick to come out saying that these are false. But I also know what Ferrari did last year with Mattia Binotto and the rumors about him being fired and how that turned out. So there's that. But there is strong rumors that Sergio Perez will announce his retirement during the Mexican Grand Prix, since that is his home Grand Prix. And the context on the Reddit thread that was posted is very detailed. Like, that's a lot for a rumor.
This is, there's a lot of bullet points here, and it gives it a validity more of, like, this isn't just a rumor, No.
Yeah, the man, Sergio Perez, he has 4 kids under the age of, 5 or 6.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's not doing very well. I really don't know where he could go if he left Red Bull. I don't know what team would take him back.
I don't know, man.
Because obviously he just has a history with Lance Stroll and his dad, but Lance Stroll needs to go also. So.
Yeah, it's not like you're making a dream team there by doing Lance Stroll and Checo.
Put them back in that hot pink Force India car.
There you go.
There's my past F1 knowledge coming through.
The hot pink car.
That was a good car. I like the color of that car. But yes. it's, I don't know. I guess we can see, but it does make you think. So you gotta go. Is that
What?
Angela?
No, it sounded like somebody knocking though, but I think it's the wind because I have the window open.
I think it is windy, I think.
That was freaky though. I didn't like that.
Do you want to go check?
No, I'm just gonna lock the door.
To where you are?
Yeah.
I'm guessing Angela's not home with the way you're locking the door.
No, she left for work.
Okay. But yes.
Keep it going. Keep it going.
Owen really does have a ghost in there today. The thing fell in the window. Now it sounds like someone's knocking on the door.
I want to be home alone tonight.
Owen's going to be at my apartment door in 2 minutes. Let me in.
A break through your window.
Before we move on to the news that was after the last race, it was announced as Spa is staying for 1 more year. But what's his name? I can't think of his name. Head of the FIA did say, or the head of F1, I think he said Spa and Qatar need to get their shit together with track limits because they can't keep having races like that. So I hope Spa gets their shit together.
I mean,
they can't be changing curbs overnight.
Like you said, or we had talked about it. There's an issue when you're getting how many total track limits we had over the weekend, like at Qatar?
There's a lot.
There was a lot. I mean, it was like over 100 or something like that, was it not?
I think so.
Like, there's an issue then with the track and not the drivers, And it's not like it's like one tricky corner that like gets a couple people, this is an issue, Yeah,
and it's like you can't even blame it on like obviously Qatar was like the desert. It was flat compared to Spa. Spa has a lot of elevation changes, but like I know it was windy and they was taking the cars off the track, but like when you have every driver, like I literally had my own thread for each session because I knew people were going to be getting track limits. So yeah,
you just
maybe they can figure it out. Yeah, I do like Spa. Spa's a good track. I obviously know it has controversy with some fatal crashes, but I do enjoy Spa. Like that first elevation change where they fly up. I can't think of the name right now. Arouge, I think it is. That's good. That's always fun. But yes. Moving on back to last weekend. We all know we obviously didn't have an episode. But Qatar was a mess for multiple reasons.
Not for those McLaren boys, though.
Not for those McLaren boys. And not for Charles Leclerc, but Carlos Sainz had a fuel leak because he kept going over the curb. That's literally what they said the fuel leak came from because he kept going over the curb for track limits.
That's what the cause was him going
because
over the curb?
Because he went over the curb and it like ruined it, like damaged the bottom of the floor, I think. Or something for the fuel.
Oh my god.
And then I'm going to go on a rant. So people kept posting a meme of Carlos Sainz watching the race looking like a strategist. Right. And being like, this is why Ferrari's strategy was so good. People are like, the strategy was literally given to each team before the race because they had to do at least 18 laps on each set of tires and come in. Like, it was mandatory. They could only do 18 laps each stint. It wasn't just because Carlos Sainz. Oh my god. I couldn't stand it.
Casey's getting heated.
Listen. Okay. But yes. So obviously we know at the start, Lewis and George bumped into each other.
Yes.
I don't know whose fault it really was. Hamilton came back saying it was his fault. But then when you see the footage, there's like a 3D camera that zooms around because George said he never saw him. So it's like a 360, not 3D. It like spins. I don't know where it came from. And you turn and see George in like I'm looking at my computer. Like you're looking dead on, like eye to eye. He does glance over and should see Hamilton. So, like, I don't know whose fault it is. This is beside the point. Toto Wolff was not there again, but maybe he'll be back. But yes.
Still some order.
Yeah. So they crashed, and then Lewis Hamilton got out of the car and walked across the track during the race and was fined, 50,000 euros or pounds for walking along the track. So yesterday, the FIA revisited the incident in which Hamilton crossed a live track during the Qatar Grand Prix. Despite the original steward's decision, in view of his role model status, the FIA is concerned about the impression of his actions may have created on younger drivers. So it says it appears to be more about the FIA's safety penalty standards as a whole and whether such incidents in future can be given harsher penalties, but unclear at this stage if that means Hamilton's original punishment is likely to be added to F1. So immediately people were like, so the FIA can revisit situations.
Yeah,
because immediately Abu Dhabi 2021 comes up right away. Absolutely. I was like, Felipe Massa 2008, who literally wants to sue F1, is like, oh, so you can revisit situations? But like, people literally posted, or I might have posted also, a video of when Max and Lewis crashed a few seasons ago. Lewis is still in the car, his car's still running, and Max is out of the car and crosses the track. Was not penalized. Logan Sargent crossed the track earlier this season, not penalized. It's so like when you see that, you're like, when you think that Red Bull gets handed things with no penalties, it looks a lot more
It's hard to
obvious.
It's hard to ignore that fact when when you're putting it, painting the picture like this,
Like maybe I think it might have been, I forget when that crash was from, maybe the 2021 season. Now Max didn't have a championship yet, but he was still a scary part of F1. He had role model status also. Like, you're not going to say, I think any of those drivers are going to be like, yeah, we know not to walk across the live track, but where was Lewis Hamilton supposed to go? Walk across the desert?
That is...
It was immediately red flag. Like, what were they supposed to do? Or a safety car?
I just don't get... I don't like the... Because of his role model status, like, all these guys are role models. Like, any kid who's interested in F1 is going to find role models in any of them. So it's like, to me, that reasoning behind, like, hey, we're going to add more to it, or we might add more to it because this guy is a role model, it's bullshit. To me, that's bullshit. And it's a weak veil for any other true reason that they're like, we're going to hand Lewis this additional fine. Yeah.
Someone literally, one of their first replies said, did the FIA ever revisit that incident where the driver parked his car on top of someone else, then strolled off down the track? That's the Max and Lewis one I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It's like when his car is still on top of Lewis's and Max is out of the car walking down the street. I like the one person. So it's because it's Hamilton, right?
Yeah. Literally, yeah. It's...
This also goes into the next part. The FIA also was going to look back at Lance Stroll. Now, if you live under, I don't want to be mean, but if you live under a rock, that's the only way you're missing what Lance Stroll did to his physio after, what was it, qualifying?
Yeah.
Was it qualifying?
Yeah. Yes, because it was when
Friday.
he was out. He was out in Q1 and he threw his wheel and then obviously pushed his...
Yeah, he threw his wheel. That probably cost more than my life savings. And then... more than Edelweiss life savings combined, probably. And then he pushes his... It's a very shaky video, but he shoves his physio for sure. Was going to be most likely given a penalty or something because of misconduct. But apparently Lance Stroll apologized. And they just writ him off with like a reprimand. They just issued a warning. People are like, that's what daddy's money gets you.
It's just...
Meanwhile, the Chris Medlin, he's great for a reporter. He literally quoted, the FIA maintains a zero-tolerance stance against misconduct and condemns any actions that may lead to physical harassment. Your driver literally was...
Shit. Yeah, that's just
Let me bring up the actual Threads post.
not a good look.
Someone, oh yeah, because I posted on Threads the screenshot of Chris Medland saying about the original tweet from last week that said the FIA compliance officer is in discussion with Lance Stroll in relation to several incidences that may have contravened FIA rules. I want to know what the several are because we obviously saw the altercation and then the wheel. So was there more when he went back and cameras weren't visible?
Maybe, or I wonder if it's different. Right? There's nothing in that quote that says anything specific about just Qatar. I wonder.
It says and procedures during the Qatar Grand Prix.
Okay.
And then it says that's the quote. And then it says Chris Medland literally says it suggests it's about more than the altercation with his performance coach on Friday.
So he had a couple more. He had a couple more freakouts, after the fact or after, like you said, behind closed doors, and there were no cameras, and now they're looking into that as well. That is,
someone literally responded, said, "Gotta wonder what's going on behind the scenes in Stroll household now that Aston Martin has had a taste of success." And I said, "Would love to be a fly on the wall."
Oh my god!
Would
love to be inside the Stroll household.
But apparently he also didn't weigh himself after quali when he stormed off, and they always have to weigh themselves, so maybe that was part of the incident.
I could see them looping that into it, just like, hey, he didn't weigh himself,
Yeah. But it just goes to show that the FIA can revisit incidences when you are not Red Bull.
Yes.
Or when it doesn't benefit Red Bull. So there's that.
And go back and look at stuff.
Yeah. They can say, wait a second. But it's literally, I was like, oh, Abu Dhabi 2021 is going to be trending in 2 seconds. And
yes.
It was. It was real fast. But yes, I don't think... I'm going to scroll through real fast.
No, I'm looking at our stuff. That's not...
I know, but I wasn't...
Let's go on Twitter real fast. And why is Reese Hoskins trending?
He wasn't listed on the thing today. Which?
Phillies manager Rob Thompson explains why Reese Hoskins isn't on the NLCS roster. I'm not expecting him to be on the NLCS roster.
No, there was rumors. Okay, sorry, hold on. We can talk about, did you see Haas's special livery? It's kind of inspiration.
I love it. I'm getting Spider-Man stuff spoiled for me on Twitter. I gotta quit. Yes, the special livery and the special race suits for Haas for COTA look fire. They're so good looking. And the car looks fantastic. It was so...
The car does look nice.
It's so...
They always do a good livery for the... I always forget it's their home Grand Prix.
Yeah.
Also, I'm going to...
They not posted on Threads? That's stupid.
No, I posted on Threads.
No, I went to Haas's Threads to see if they did, but you're right. We did post it on Threads. Yeah,
because I started my threads of special stuff for...
The livery COTA. Looks great. And it was funny because when I saw it earlier, I was like, why does that look like it's in a video game? Because it is in a video game.
It is. That's how they normally, because they don't have, obviously, footage of it on the track yet. But I'm excited to see their helmets. You know they're going to have special helmets. I can explain what I just sent to you. Yeah, because this girl that I follow that I interact with a lot, her name's Maria. She always posts like special helmets or throwbacks from each race that's coming up. So she did special helmets for the USGP and Seb's from, what was it, 2014? It says Captain America theme.
Seb 2014. This is cool. I like that the shield is the top of the helmet. It fits very well on the top of there. I like that a lot.
Like, that's what I need K-Mag or Nico Hulkenberg to do for their helmet. I need it to be Captain America inspired.
This Haas livery looks fantastic. And the stars and stripes underneath this on the side pod where it says Haas, it just it looks good.
And You do like your Haas. They're bringing upgrades. They're bringing Red Bull inspired upgrades to this weekend.
I just saw that today, actually. I
just saw it today or yesterday.
Really want to know what those Red Bull inspired upgrades are.
It might say let me see, because I posted an article with it. So, Mercedes bringing them too. Okay, Red Bull concept. They're going to bring the sloping side pods to Austin, which follows the Red Bull philosophy.
Right. Latest team to follow Red Bull philosophy.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Currently, the VF23 is the only car left on the grid with bellies not aligned with the Red Bull fashion, with the sides sloping towards the rear. For an American team's home race, new bodywork will be brought to follow in this direction. From what we've learned, it will be a first step towards a deeper change in philosophy that will take place with next year's car. Interesting. So it's kind of like a little beta test for next year's car. I like
that. Well, because it also goes on to say that just like Ferrari, there's limitations to what Haas can change with the floor and stuff. So we'll be interesting to see if they're noticeable when you look at the car, like the changes, and if it helps.
There's a cool, I don't know if you scrolled how far down you scroll in that article, but there's a cool side-by-side of the Ferrari car.
I just looked at it.
To what they have now, and you can see visual differences with it. But yeah, I might be paying a little bit more attention now to Haas this weekend, seeing how they're doing.
Mercedes is also bringing upgrades too. I didn't read into theirs, but I did read into the Haas ones. But yes, it will be interesting to see.
Yeah.
Besides that, I don't think. Oh, Charles Leclerc finally got to go play paddle with Max Verstappen. There's that.
That's riveting.
No, because Max keeps posting pictures with Lando and George, Pierre, Esteban, Oscar. They're playing paddle in various locations. But I think Charles Leclerc's brothers, and he's a part of it too, has a sports management company in Monaco, and they did a paddle event. But they posted pictures on Charles Leclerc once, so it broke the internet because people want those two to hang out outside of racing. So, but yes, okay. Give some predictions, but let me open up the fast facts. I love races that are in the afternoon. That's a strong one. Also, how do you think Daniel Ricciardo is gonna make an entrance? Last year he entered on Thursday on a horse.
Well, he already did. He already did the horse bit this year.
No, he didn't. That was last year.
Oh, was that last year's clips?
Yeah, Horsey McHorsey, because he literally had to have a paddock pass.
Horsey McHorsey.
I mean, think about it. It's his first race back under Red Bull after being hurt in America.
I'm going.
How do you top the horse?
The horse just fits so well because it's Texas.
Mm-hmm. I can picture him coming in with a high school marching band because Texas and high school football.
That would be really good.
This is part of the predictions. How Daniel Ricciardo is making an entrance.
We're not doing race predictions this week. We're doing
screw that.
Daniel Ricciardo.
You know what it's going to be every time.
Entrance predictions. I like that. I like that high school band idea. That's good. That's really good. I could definitely see it being something football related. 100%.
I could, but if you look at his most recent, his merch brand is Ashante. It's all rodeo style. He's gonna. I think he'll come in a. Yeah, he's gonna come in with the cowboy hat. He'll be rocking those cowboy boots that the Phillies tagged Daniel Ricciardo in that Bryce Harper was wearing. I've never been more excited to see anything in my life.
That'd be sweet.
If his favorite NFL team was the Texans or the Cowboys, it would make sense. But Daniel Ricciardo is a fanatic for Joshua Allen, so he's a Bills fan.
If his favorite team is the Dallas Cowboys, I would have to.
No, his favorite team is the Bills.
Unsubscribe from the Daniel Ricciardo show.
Fan club.
Would have to really drop out of there fast.
No, I commented on his post today on the Daniel.jpg one, his funny photography account, because like he was with people watching the Bills game yesterday, and I said, Daniel, what about those Phillies?
He should. If he could become a Phillies fan, that'd be sweet. Get him at
my life would be made.
Citizens Bank.
I would drive down there so fast. Like tomorrow, when there's like 3,000 things happening in South Philly, I would be flying there because I'd be like, get me in.
Yeah, there's a travel advisory. There's a travel advisory put out for that.
You literally can get them set up for free. Some of the parking garages are gonna be like $5.
Really?
In the city, yeah. BS. BS. Continuing. So let's go over. Obviously, it's a sprint race weekend. It's October 20th, 21st, and 22nd. So it's practice, only one practice session from 1:30 p.m. to 2:30 p.m. Prime time. I eat lunch on Fridays at 1:30, so like I can do
fantastic.
Qualifying.
Great timing.
Ready for this? Qualifying 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. Great, you can't do it, but I can watch it. Don't you have rehearsal?
I cannot. Oh, yeah, that's right. Who needs rehearsal? I know what I'm doing.
October 21st, sprint shootout is 1:30 to 2:14 p.m. Not even 2:15, 2:14. So random.
Love the weird times with the sprints.
And then the sprint race is 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Stellar. Like, fantastic. So good. And then the race is on October 22nd at 3 p.m. and it's 56 laps. I'm going to be watching the race the minute up until the ceremony starts on Sunday.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sure. Like, I'm sure Nick and I would be doing the same thing up at the, just sitting there.
I'm gonna like have it on. Have you ever heard that TikTok sound? And it's like, what do you mean it's the Grand Prix? Like, have you ever heard it? It's like this from an English TV show. Oh, I had to send it to you. It's like they say it's your great aunt's funeral. He's like, but it's the Monaco Grand Prix. I can't miss the Grand Prix.
The Grand Prix.
That's gonna be me. But yes, I like the look of COTA's track. There's 20 turns, which seem like a lot.
Oh yeah.
But at the same time, there's one long straight. Two, really. Between 11 and 12 is pretty long, and then 20 to 1 is long. But yes, the circuit length is just almost 3.5 miles long, and it's 20 turns with 56 laps. So, pretty. What am I doing?
I don't know. What are you doing?
Because when I made it today, I like copy and pasted I had to like convert the kilometers to miles but it put the full all the decimal places. So it was extra long.
Oh, it was like super long number.
Mm-hmm. And then the sprint shootout, I'll give a reminder because sometimes I do forget. It's still very new. Q1 is 12 minutes. Everyone's on medium tires. Q2 is 10 minutes. Everyone's on medium tires. And then Q3 is 8 minutes and everyone's on soft tires. Now let's pray the tires aren't shit like last weekend or like 2 weekends ago. And then the past two winners were in 2021 and 2022 were Max Verstappen. I'm pretty sure last year Red Bull won what's it called? I think they won the championship last year, the constructors, or he won the drivers' championship.
Oh, is that?
I remember seeing pictures of them in cowboy hats. Yeah, hoyt. I combined hats and boots.
Cowboy hoyts.
Gotta go to bed. It's been a long week, guys.
Oh, we got a Phillies game to watch.
I know. And then there's finally a lap record because the last few races the tracks either change or like they haven't really been there enough to have a lap record. Yeah. So the lap record was set in 2019 by guess who?
Lewis Hamilton.
Oh, Charles Leclerc.
Oh, sorry.
With a 1:36.16. But yes. So I'm gonna bring up the standings again because of I should have looked at the weather. I mean, it's Texas. Does it rain? Yeah, it does rain in Texas,
it rains
but not
in Texas.
No.
You want me to run? I have the standings right here. If you want to run it down while you're looking up the weather.
Well, I was just gonna because to do with what's it called? The predictions. What the hell's that?
A train.
Oh. Sound like you were started listening to classical music.
You know me. You know, my Monday night classical music.
Getting hyped for the Phillies game.
Yeah.
There's no rain. It's going to be a hot one, though.
Nice.
Not as hot as Qatar. I don't think drivers are going to be passing out while they're driving. So,
well, I would hope. I don't want to wish that on any of the drivers ever again.
No. So I know I was delirious that Sunday, but literally seeing the stories come after story, and then watching every clip of like Alex Albon needing help getting out of the car, Lance Stroll needing help getting out of the car. Literally, the Alfa Romeo team members saw Alex Albon and went over and gave him water because he could see that he was not okay. Yeah. If you see the video of Charles Leclerc, you can totally tell that he is losing consciousness based on the way his head is relaxing. Yeah, it was. Meanwhile, you have Max Verstappen saying, I mean, it was okay.
Yes.
Because you were so far ahead, Max.
More proof that he's a fucking robot, so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like, you're not real. Literally every driver was saying it was the hardest race of their entire life. And Max was going, it was fine.
All right.
Literally, Fernando Alonso wanted them to dump water on him during the race because the seat was that on fire. And they were like, said, no.
Can you dump water at me at the pit stop? And they were like, no.
I don't even know if they answered him. I think they ignored him. But he was like, I know they would have been able to do that because it literally probably would have steamed up, but still.
Oh my God, yeah.
Okay, yes. So quick up standings. I'm not even counting, obviously, Red Bull. They've won both. So Mercedes is currently in P2 with 326. Ferrari is in third with 298. Aston Martin in 230. McLaren with 219.
They're getting them this weekend. That's one of my predictions.
Please look at the jump between McLaren and Alpine.
It's so good. I love it because it's like it's firmly placing McLaren in fifth. Like they have to know as a team that the worst they can do is fifth, but the best they could do is top three. Like that's fucking wild. Like
the rate they're going and the rate that Aston Martin and Ferrari are going, McLaren is catching them for sure.
That's one of my predictions. They're getting Aston Martin.
Let me
weekend.
see. So drivers, Perez is 224, like we said. Hamilton is 194. Alonso is 183. Carlos Sainz is 153. Charles Leclerc is 145. And Lando's 136. George Russell's 132. So top 8 is a fight. There could be a lot of back and forth from now until the end.
Yeah, you could. You're right.
But yes, okay. Do you want to? I know we did sprint and race last time, so we can do it again.
All right.
Since they're two technically different things.
Sprint and race. I'm going.
You would hope Max Verstappen would just like lean off, like let someone else win for a change. But
no, of course you won't, because it's Max.
No, it's gotta go for those records.
I want to do like rapid fire here. All right, so
not even think about it.
Not even think about it. Just go. So this is sprint race. I'm going. Verstappen, Charles Lando. Verstappen, Charles Lando. That's where I'm going. That's where I'm going.
Oh. Okay. Wait, do you want me to give my sprint?
Oh, yeah. Give your sprint. Yeah. Give your sprint.
Okay. Sprint. Verstappen. Oscar. Yes. Leclerc. I'm going to stick Leclerc in third. No, because Oscar's like weirdly good at sprints. So I'm going to go.
Oscar is good at sprints. Oscar's just good in general. So
yes, he is. He is so promising. Yeah. Okay. Max, Oscar, Leclerc. Go ahead.
All right. So race. Try to feel it out. Trying to see the answer in front of me. You know what? I'm going for a wild one. Verstappen, Lando, Oscar. I'm going for the McLaren boys. 3 double podiums in a row. That's what I'm going for.
It'd be the 5th. They posted the other day. I think it was the 5th podium in the row for Lando, I think. If I'm correct. For a race. Okay.
That's what I'm going.
See, I'm not. I'm going to go Max, Hamilton, Leclerc.
Whoa.
Max, Hamilton, Leclerc.
Okay.
Toto Wolff should be there. They're bringing upgrades.
So you think they'll be the McLaren or the Mercedes boys will be a little bit more under control, is what you're saying?
Yeah, and I think Leclerc likes his track. I don't know if I've ever heard him say it, but I think he likes his track. So yeah, Verstappen, Hamilton, Leclerc. Should make the graphics showing our predictions.
That would be good.
No, I never do it. Hold on, Hold on.
What do you think
sprint
for?
Who'd you say Verstappen for sprint?
Verstappen,
Leclerc,
Lando. And then
easy. Hold on, wait. I said Verstappen, Piastri, Leclerc. You for the race said Verstappen. Who'd you say before? What McLaren boy first? Lando?
I said Lando first, yeah. Also, while you write that down, I have the Astros Rangers score on my phone right now, like live updating. And I just got a notification. Jose Leclerc throws an 84-mile-per-hour slider. And I saw Leclerc, and I was like, what the fuck?
See, I told you. But I don't know how he pronounces it, so it'd be interesting to know. I just said Verstappen, Hamilton, Leclerc. Okay. What were you going to say before I started writing them down?
Do you think, because I already said yes, do you think McLaren's going to overtake Aston Martin in this race, in the constructor standings?
How many points are given out for?
I can do it. Let's do F1 sprint.
Yeah, I'm saying end for the race.
F1 sprint explain Formula 1 points. Here we go. So sprint. So first place gets. So for qualifying,
do you have points for qualifying?
It says 2021 to 2021. So maybe they did at one point and now they don't. So all right. So for the sprint race itself, first place gets 8, second place 7, third place 6, and then 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. They're down all the way to 8th place.
So wait, stop there. We both had a McLaren boy in second, I think, or second or third for the sprint.
Yeah.
So what was second place? 7 points?
Second place is 7, third is 6th.
Okay, so I'll do 7. And then how much do they get for second and third for the race? If it's not this weekend, it's the next weekend. Like, we need Aston Martin, obviously, to stay out of the points also.
Let's see. So first place is given 25 points. Second place is 18. Third, 15. Fourth, 12. Fifth, 10. 6, 8, 7, 6, 8th, 4th, 4, 9th, 2, 10th, 1.
10, 1. Yeah, so if one of them, like our predictions, if one McLaren boy ends up on the podium for the sprint, say in second, it takes them to 226. And then if they get double podium, it's 259. So if Aston Martin doesn't have any points, yes.
But even if it depends on where Aston Martin finishes as well.
So
yeah.
If Fernando Alonso finishes 5 and on, like either 6th place, 7th, 8th, or 9th, or 10th, yeah, I think so.
Yeah, so Aston Martin can't finish anything better than 4th.
Mm-hmm.
And they would. No, Aston Martin can't finish anything better than 5th. My bad.
In the race.
Yes, and Lando, if McLaren doesn't get any points in a sprint, Lando or Oscar has to finish at least second.
Which is possible.
To take, yeah, which is very possible.
Yeah, I think they could do it.
If both of them finish on podium again, or even if both of them finish in the top 5, that's really good. That looks really good for them overtaking Aston Martin this weekend.
Yeah, I think they could totally get Aston Martin this weekend. And then it's just working to get Ferrari and Mercedes. But yeah, I could see it.
Yeah. Which
Mercedes might be hard to get because Mercedes is farther up there.
At 326. Ferrari's at 298. So if they do overtake Aston Martin with it, let's say let's say they overtake Aston Martin in the next 2 races, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that would cross out United States and Mexico. They would then have 3 more races to get as close as they can to Ferrari, which is doable.
And I'm pretty sure Brazil is another sprint weekend. So there's another few points extra.
Correct. So, which is doable, but Ferrari, I have a little bit more confidence in finishing consistently in the points than I do Aston Martin. And that's with both of their drivers. My doubt with Aston Martin obviously comes from Lance Stroll.
Lance Stroll. Because it's Fernando Alonso is literally carrying the team on his back.
Yeah.
So
for Alonso's been consistent with finishing in the points. It's Stroll that's the wild card. Whereas with Ferrari, it's pretty kind of not a guarantee, but it's more confident in saying that both drivers would finish in the points for Ferrari.
I was like, they've been pretty consistent with finishing in the points, except like the few random DNFs Leclerc had at the beginning for freak instances, and then last week with Carlos.
Right.
Or 2 weeks ago. But yeah, no, I think if it all went correctly, I think McLaren could get them this weekend. Aston Martin.
Yeah.
Which that'll be insane.
That would be so much fun to watch.
Mm-hmm. You
so much fun.
Might see they will have their own like World Constructors Championship because literally Aston Martin and McLaren just switch places throughout the season. Like
they have completely swapped roles as teams in this season.
They just said, hold on, actually, we're gonna come in. But yeah, no, it's definitely I think it's doable. Well, that'll be fun to watch.
Yeah.
Then we will be watching the race up into that ceremony. You'll have it on your watch. You'll be walking down the aisle.
Oh shit, Lando overtook him.
Lando's leading. Lando Norris leads the USGP.
That'd be fucking
United States Grand Prix.
God. If that happened, if he won that race, I would go back and watch the whole thing again. Just to see. Yeah.
You would watch that one all the time.
Yeah.
You would come in with like a championship celebration next time we record.
God, of course.
You'd be coming into the Rocky music.
I'd be freaking out. I'd be so happy.
Yeah, no, I think it's doable. Ooh, fun. Okay. This battle for P2, 3, and 4.
It's a good one. It's a great one.
Like, it almost makes up for the fact that Red Bull literally ran away with the season. Like, I don't even care.
Yeah.
What?
Nothing. I just looked at, I updated our numbers for the YouTube page. I just thought of it and big jump.
Well, yeah, we do it 2 weeks in a row, but yeah.
Yeah.
But do you have anything else? Do you like to add?
I have nothing.
Well,
my only words are go McLaren, and we just spent 10 minutes talking about. Would love to see a McLaren overtake of Aston Martin this year and complete that 180 flip of we're going to become you from you guys in the beginning of the season, and you're going to become us from the beginning of the season. You know,
their future is bright, McLaren. And my final words are: Happy birthday, Charles Leclerc.
Happy birthday, Charles Leclerc.
26th birthday, Charles Leclerc.
October 16th. Interesting. All right.
Yeah, he's number 16. Have you ever watched that video where they talk about why they chose their numbers?
Oh, is that why he's number 16?
Because he won in number 7, but couldn't get it. He obviously couldn't get number 1. There's something. He says 2 numbers that he couldn't get. So he just settled on 16, and it's because it's his birthday.
Interesting.
But if he was to win the championship, he could take number 1 from Max Verstappen. So.
All right.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Charles Leclerc. Good. Cool.
Yes.
Thank you for listening, everybody, today. It was a lot of fun being back after the break.
It was.
Really enjoyed talking this stuff again and getting ready for the United States GP. If you enjoyed this episode or any of our other episodes, please go give us a follow over at Underground F1 on Instagram and Threads, and Underground_F1 on Twitter. All of our friends on Threads, come on over to Twitter. You know, we're
Owen's lonely over there.
I'm lonely. Casey's getting all the likes and the engagement and everything when we have a race, and Casey's, you know, posting from threads. I'm on Twitter, and I'm just kind of screaming at a brick wall right now. So,
you've had some engagement too, but
come on over, come join us, come join the fun over on Twitter. But seriously, kind of like what we talked about earlier today. Thank you so much for anybody who listens to this podcast, and if you're a new follower and you're coming to this episode because you're a new follower, thank you and welcome. You know, was fantastic to see all this insane growth, everything. And we wanted to keep going. It's, you know, so much fun hearing from Casey how many new followers we have over a span of 20 minutes, 30, you know, an hour, whatever it is. But yeah, like I said, thank you so much. And for any of our new listeners, if you would like to reach out to us, if you would like for us to talk about anything on the show, if you have any questions for us, if you have any, I don't know, I think I just ran out of things to say. Anyway, if you want to get in touch with us, you can shoot us an email at undergroundf1pod@gmail.com. Again, that's undergroundf1pod@gmail.com. Casey and I have that email on our phones, on our computers. We're checking it every day. So like Casey said at the beginning of the show, and like I said just now, anything you want us to talk about, any questions you have, we're learning just as much as you're learning. And we would love to answer any of the questions that we can to the best of our ability. And we would love to hear from everybody. We would love to hear from all these new followers that we got. Also, please go leave a review for the show wherever you're listening, whether it's Apple Podcasts. I did just get access to our backends for our statistics.
Oh, yeah.
44% of our listeners are on Apple Podcasts. So if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, go leave a review. That does so much wonders for the show. I was actually like reading into like how much reviews help for podcasts and everything, and like depending on the platform, and they really help. So if you like what you're listening to, go leave a review. We really would appreciate it. While you're also following our threads, our Twitter, go give a subscribe to our main YouTube page. That is at Underground Sports Philadelphia. That is the main hosting page for any show on the Underground Network. You get full video episodes of our show. You get full video episodes of Underground Sports Philly, which is if you're in the Philadelphia area. That's a great Philadelphia sports podcast. Obviously, Casey
the hype is high.
The hype is real high. Casey and I are obviously Philadelphia fans. I listen to that show every single day. It's what I use now for like my sports radio. It's fantastic. And Kyle and the guys are great.
Great.
So yeah, like I said, full video episodes of this show, that show, other shows. There's streamer season. There's Get in the Hole, which is golf. There's Top Bins, which is soccer. I'm pretty sure I might be getting that wrong. Go give them a follow. We're trying to reach 600 as soon as we can. And right now we currently sit at 590 subscribers, which is fantastic. Because when we did this 2 weeks ago, we were at 557. So they've had a huge increase in subscribers too as well. So that's fucking fantastic. The sooner we get to 600, the sooner we get to 1,000, then we can start doing a whole bunch of other shit on YouTube that unlocks like a whole new plethora of ways for us to spread the word and get the show out. So please, if you haven't already, please go subscribe. Like I said earlier, thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for following us on Threads. Thank you for the kind words for this past week. We really appreciate it. We will see you next week on our normally scheduled broadcasting time after the United States GP, and everybody place bets on what Daniel Ricciardo is going to wear for the race.
Yeah, let us know.
Yeah,
Bye.
let us know what you think. Bye-bye.